Do you ever feel like your lips are shrinking, drying out, just kind of rebelling on you as you get older? Well, the truth is that our lips are actually aging faster than the rest of our face, and there's a really fascinating reason why. So today we're going to dive into what happens to our lips over time, what those changes look like, and most importantly, what you can do to keep them healthy, to keep them plump, to keep them smooth without overdoing it. So I'm going to share 4 steps you can take to improve the look of your lips and your lip area. I'm talking barcode lines, the actual lips, everything. We're going to talk about that today. So first of all, let's talk about why this happens to our lips briefly, and then we will get into what we can do about it. So here's the thing. Our lips aren't like the rest of our skin. They have no oil glands and they have practically no melanin. That means that there's no built-in moisture barrier and there's almost zero UV protection. So they dry out faster, they burn easier, and they lose volume more quickly. Now inside the lip, the collagen and the elastin fibers are naturally more thin than in like your cheeks or your jawline. So when collagen production starts to drop off in our 40s and our 50s and beyond, the lips are actually one of the first places to show it. And because our mouths are in constant motion, talking and smiling and sipping from straws, those tiny little vertical lip lines start to form, and those are called barcode lines. And most of us in our 50s and 60s and beyond are pretty familiar with those. So that has a lot to just do with the repetitive motion of our lips. The vermilion border, which is this crisp outline where your lip meets your facial skin, that starts to blur as collagen and blood flow decline. That's why your lips can start to look like more pale and less defined than when you were younger. Between sun exposure, collagen loss, and daily movement, like we were just talking about, your lips are basically working overtime with little support. They don't have that melanin in there, which is our natural built-in SPF, and they have a very little bit of an outer layer of skin like on our face. And what they do have is softer than out here. So the keratinocytes, these little skin cells that are a little bit harder on our face, are super duper soft on our lips on purpose, of course, because that lip area is meant to be very mobile and soft. And so all in all, it can just let a lot of water out. It is not designed to keep water in, even though that's exactly what we want to do. So I feel like if you're here, you know what an aging lip looks like. And you might even remember back to, if you look back now, in our 30s, our lips probably started to feel a little bit drier more often. That's kind of the first sign that our barrier is changing. And by our 40s, you might have noticed that there were obvious shifts. Maybe if you're in your 40s, you might be noticing this. A little less volume. Lipstick might be feathering. Your Cupid's bow might be softening a little bit. And the color of your lips might be getting a little bit more pale over time. You might be noticing some of those things 30s and 40s. And then in your 50s and beyond, that's when we start to have a little bit of that collagen and elastin decline, and the muscles around our mouth shorten slightly. That's what causes that kind of roll inward of our lips. And so all of this contributes to our lips looking a little bit smaller. And those barcode lines above our upper lip, they become more pronounced just from life. And all of it is completely normal, of course. But it is manageable when you know what's happening underneath. I'm going to share with you the 4 things that you can do. I feel like this is actually the fun part, what we can actually do about something. I love a good challenge. My lips are always dry. I swear, and they are always dry. But when I stick to a consistent lip routine, I notice a huge, huge difference in my lips. So step 1 is to hydrate your lips. This is really, really important. You always want to apply your nurturing serums to your lips, not just to your face. So when you're putting them on your face, make sure you take the time to actually put them on your lips. Use a serum before a lip mask at night. Consider using a couple layers of a serum and then lock it in with a lip mask. So remember back when we used to talk about the 7-layer, what are they calling it now? Like skin flooding, that kind of thing. You can do that to your lips with a very, very small amount of your facial serum that you're already using that is a hydrating, nourishing serum. We're not talking about using any serums with acids or retinoids or anything like that. On your lips, if you want to do skin flooding, let's say, you definitely want to be using a nurturing lip serum or a nurturing serum. It doesn't have to be specifically for lips. It can be the same one you use on your face. Treatments should be thicker. You want them to form a barrier. That is their main job. So lip masks that you're gonna wear at night, you want them to be thick and occlusive. That's why actually Vaseline over a serum is a really, really good treatment and inexpensive. Vaseline is one of those things that really works well. Now, if you don't want to use Vaseline, there are lip masks on the market. There's tons of lip masks. I will share a few of them at the end that I think are thick enough, because a lot of lip masks that I've tried out, they are gone in the morning. You want to wake up and know that you still have lip mask on your lips. That will tell you that it worked all night long. Now, the next thing that you want to do is protect your lips during the day. SPF for lips is an absolute must. Now, remember this, they do not have a lot of SPF on their own. Our skin actually has melanin, and that protects us from the sun naturally to a certain extent. We have none of that, or very, very little in our lips. So if you think about combining no melanin or little melanin in our lips with a very, very thin barrier, they are just super duper susceptible to UV damage. That is also part of the reason why we get a little bit of aging in our lips faster than anywhere else. They are set up to have advanced aging more quickly and when we're younger. Now, if you don't want to use a dedicated lip balm with SPF, just make sure you put your facial SPF on your lips. And I know that that sounds crazy, but I thought about it and I'm not sure that I always have done that. I mean, actually take a decent amount and massage it into your lips and let it form its film just like you do on your face and your neck. If you would protect your face or your chest and your neck, it's really, really important. It's more important to protect your lips, because remember, thinner skin, less melanin is a recipe for damage if you don't protect them. Now, you can obviously also use lip products with an SPF. You could do both and that would be even better, but just make sure you put some SPF on your lips during the day. Now, the next thing you can do is stimulate. You can use LED, because red light therapy is going to increase circulation. It's going to increase collagen with no downtime. You can microneedle around your lips, but not on your lips. That area is just too sensitive. Microneedling around the lips is going to help to stimulate collagen. It's going to help with those barcode lines, and it's going to help with smoothing the skin, turnover, all kinds of things. I do have my free microneedling course on my website if you want to visit over there, but I'm going to have a specific eye, lip, neck program, hands, the whole thing, and I will be putting some of those on YouTube soon as well. Now, if you want to go in office, you can definitely do lasers to resurface the area. And I will say that is probably going to get you the most bang for your buck for lip lines. Now, they're going to use like a tongue depressor and protect your lips while they're doing it. And they're going to get as close to that familial border as they can. And basically, they're going to stimulate collagen and they're going to resurface that area. And it can really, really improve lip lines. My mom actually went to Sherwood Aesthetic Medicine last year and had one single Ultraclear treatment on her lip area. And the improvement was really, really impressive, and she'll definitely do it again this year. Some of the cons of that is that sometimes that area can remain pink for a little while. My mom was probably pink on her upper lip for 5 weeks or so, and then it gradually faded, but she was able to hide it with a tinted mineral SPF, no problem. And as far as she was concerned, she's gonna be 80 this coming year, and she's like, I don't care about being pink for 5 weeks. It really softened the lip lines. So I highly recommend a laser treatment around the lip area, not on the lips, but around the lips, to improve lip lines. I would say the next best thing at home is microneedling around the lips. That is definitely going to improve lip lines. It'll just be a little bit more slow than a laser treatment, but it can definitely help. Something else that you can do is microcurrent. Now I did a whole video, and in that video I used the Zip, and I would still use that because that's the microcurrent that I use and love, and they have a lip program, but you can use any at-home microcurrent device that you have, and it's literally like 2 to 4 minutes, and it genuinely will bring more blood flow to the lip area. It will plump the lips for that day, or let's say 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours or so. You'll get a noticeable plumping of the lips from that blood flow. And the blood flow is increased circulation, so that's going to bring nutrients and oxygen and all kinds of good things to the lips, and that is something that slows down as we get older. So if you can do that, you're going to improve the health of your lips. Anytime I actually commit to a good lip routine with microcurrent and LED, I notice a massive improvement in the hydration of my lips. It's just a matter of being consistent, and it's so fast and it's so easy. I actually did a video on microcurrent and stimulating the lips before I had my lip lift, and that was the closest thing I ever did at home to giving me that kind of plumped up look where I felt like it kind of improved the shape of my lips. I also used my Reveal camera for that video, so I took a before, and that camera shows browns and reds under the surface. So I took before pictures and I took after pictures, so you can actually see that the device is improving circulation. I mean, it is crazy how much more blood is in the lips after, just by using a gentle microcurrent on the lip area. If you own an at-home microcurrent device and you are noticing that your lips are drier, they're thinner, they are showing some signs of age, try microcurrent on them. It's a really, really great thing you can do, and it's very fast. You can do it once a day, and it's super duper easy. Not to mention that most microcurrent conductivity gels will hydrate the skin just a little bit. So as soon as you're done, you can wipe that away and then put on a nice occlusive mask or something like that to get a really, really good lip treatment. And it's just one of those really easy things that you can do to improve the health of your actual lips. Recently, I shared the Dr. Rajani lip tool, and that's another one that is so good. It is LED specifically for the inside of your mouth, for your gums, and also for your actual lips and for the area around your lips. He uses multiple wavelengths of LED, and I just think it is a fantastic little device for lots of reasons. It can help with cold sores, it can help with fine lines around the lips, it can help with your actual lips, stimulating collagen and helping with circulation, but then it can also help to treat your gums. Probably my favorite launch of his recently. I really, really like it. Okay, so let's talk about actual products that I like. There's a gazillion products on the market, so you probably own something at home. And like I said, Vaseline is fantastic. So if you want to use some nourishing serum that you own plus some Vaseline, you're good to go. That will really work. If you are interested in something other than Vaseline and, whatever serum, I can highly recommend using Photozyme Youth Recovery. It is amazing underneath a lip mask at night. Now, I happen to use Photozyme at night, so it's perfect. I just make sure I put it on my lips as well. It is part of my routine. And then I finish at the very end, right before I go to bed, with a lip mask. I partially do this because if you're gonna brush your teeth, you're gonna do all these things, you really wanna do your lips very last before you're gonna get into bed, so you don't drink anything, so you're not brushing your teeth, all the things. So it's not a bad idea to keep some of this stuff like next to your bed, or just do it right before bed. A serum that I love that you might own, because I have talked about it for years and years, is a fractionated eye contour concentrate from Neod. Now this is meant for the eye area, but it is so good for the lips too. It takes the tiniest amount, and I will massage it into my lips, and I will let it kind of dry down just a touch, and then I'll do it again, and then I will put a mask or whatever on over it, and really it helps. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, wow, that made a huge difference to my lips, because it is so nourishing. And if you've ever used it around your eye area, comment down below, because it is so good. Well, it's really, really good for your lips. And if you massage it around the outer part, above your vermilion border, it's really, really good for lip lines as well. And then when you put on your lip mask or your Vaseline or whatever you want to use to occlude the area, make sure you go outside the lips too. Trap water there. Anytime that you can improve the barrier, you are going to help to improve what's going on underneath, which is going to improve what you see on the outside. Something else that you can use that I've talked about a bunch is the Violette FR Boom Boom Milk. Now it's a spray, so you could spray a little bit into your hand and put it on, let it dry just a little bit and reapply. Do that 3 or 4 times until you have basically flooded your lips with that hydration from that one spray. Then you're going to let it dry for a second, and then you're going to go ahead and put on that occlusive mask over it before bed. It's another way that you can really flood your lips with hydration and then trap it with a good lip mask. Now, some good lip masks are, again, Vaseline works great. That is perfectly acceptable and will do the job well. But if you want something a little bit, if you want a dedicated lip mask, OneSkin just came out with one. I really, really like this one. It has their proprietary peptide in there, and it's incredibly thick. I mean, it's super duper thick. This is probably the thickest lip mask that I own, and it's one of them that I notice when I put it on at night over any serum, whatever serum I'm going to use, it's there in the morning. It is still there in the morning. And the good thing about that is that all night long that sat there and trapped that hydration, that moisture in your skin. And it's really, really nice because it's so stinking thick. Now it comes with this little tool that you want to hang on to. And for a little while I was just using my finger, and I was on a call with them and they're like, no, try using the tool. And so I would take the little spatula and then I would literally apply it almost like plaster onto my lips and outside of my lips as well. And actually I did notice a difference. And I think the reason why is because it really formed this thick layer that was just kind of spackled on. It's like you spackled it on, like you're, covering patches or something. And it really does do the job of trapping in whatever moisture you had on underneath it. Now, this is one I definitely like to use something first. I just do. Anytime I'm going to have something that thick, that's that occlusive, I absolutely want to have some good stuff on underneath it just to trap it there all night long. I mean, it just makes sense to me. Now, some other ones that I really like. This is a goodie, and I have recommended this one for years. It is Dermalect Smooth and Supple Lip Mask Melt. Now, this one you actually get a little bit more. You get half an ounce of this one, and I want to say it's $26. And I always have a discount with Dermalect. They run sales. Definitely check down below, and always check my discount code page, because anytime any of these brands, whether or not I have a discount with them, it'll be on my discount codes page. Or if there's some special discount going on for the season or whatever, it will always be updated on that page. So you always want to get the highest discount that you can get. But it starts out at $26 and it's half an ounce. So you actually get a decent amount of stuff. And this is one that's relatively new. I've gone through a couple of these already, but it is also a thicker mask that really does, leave a layer on your lips. I love that one as well. And if you can apply it with a spatula, if you have a spatula from some other skin product that you have, I just really think that that way is a great way to apply it so you get a really nice, thick, even layer on your lips. And always go outside your lips. I'll repeat that again, because you really want to be treating that outer layer just above your vermilion border. You want to have that area trapped, with moisture as well. Okay, another really good one is the Revision. This is the Youthful Lip Replenisher. This one is the tinted version. Now, it doesn't come out tinted. It's one of those that you put it on and it pH adjusts to a little bit of a pink. What I love about this one is if you are getting older and your lips are just becoming pale and they're like fading into your face, then this one is really nice at night because it just slightly tints your lips pink. It's not that Waco fuchsia or anything like that. It's a really gentle pink, but it's thick, so it traps whatever serum or whatever you put on underneath. And you wake up in the morning with really hydrated, beautiful lips that are also slightly tinted. Like, it doesn't look like you have makeup on or anything, but they just look healthy and tinted. So this is a really, really good one if that's part of what you're noticing, is that your lips are fading out, which happens to all of us. They just fade more quickly over time, partially because of all that UV damage over the years, because less melanin, thinner skin, and no oil glands. I mean, it's just a recipe for UV damage. So this is very, very good for just giving you back a little bit of life to the lips right when you wake up in the morning, and it's beautiful. Now, as far as daytime is concerned, again, you can just use your SPF that you're using on your face. Just make sure you take the time to actually put it on your lips. Like, a lot of times If the lips even get any SPF, it's an afterthought. I'm talking about make sure that you put some SPF on your lips. Now, if you don't want to do that, or if you do that, but you also want to use an SPF product, an SPF lip product, one that I can highly, highly recommend is by Naturium. They are super duper affordable. They are SPF of 45. There's a ton of colors that are so nice. I have 2 of them. I actually have more than this, but these are my 2 favorites. I will put, this is Paradise. It's kind of a pale pink. And this one is Getaway, and it's kind of a nudie color. They're kind of a translucent, milky color, and I love them. They have a little bit of a minty smell to them, and they're just beautiful, and they're super affordable. And SPF 45 is really nice to see. Now, another one that's great is the OneSkin. Now, this one is SPF of 15, so it's lower, but it is all mineral. So this one is zinc oxide, and I think it's 5.5% zinc oxide. So it does come out just a little bit like a milky white. Now on its own, it's a little bit too milky white, it's to me, but over a lip liner, like a rosewood colored lip liner, this actually turns into the most beautiful mauve pink on the lips. And if you are somebody who wants all mineral, you want just like that zinc and none of the chemical filters or anything like that, then this is a great option, and it is a beautiful extra protection on your lips at SPF of 15. There are so many SPF products that you can use on your lips. I mean, there's a plethora to choose from. If you have any recommendations, I would love to hear them down below. If you have a lip mask that you love, if you have a serum that you like to put on your lips first, I mean, that's another one. There are so many. All of us likely own a serum that we're using on our face that is purely for hydration. Most of us own something like that. Use it on your lips. Try using it on your lips in layers, more than you would put on your face before you put on an occlusive mask. Let me know what your favorite daytime SPF product for your lips is. If you have a balm that you go to or something like that, let us know down below. I would love to hear, because again, there are so many on the market that this is a great way to gather good recommendations. And mostly just be really, really consistent. If you decide to start using an LED around your lips, if you decide to use microcurrent, if you decide to do microneedling, remember it's going to take a little bit of time, although the microcurrent shows itself pretty fast, like that day, but it's still going to take time and using multiple times before you're going to see long-term results. But you will see results if you do any of those things over time. You just have to be consistent. All of this stuff you just have to be consistent with. Anytime I stray and I start to get flaky lips, dry lips, all that stuff, it's because I fell off the wagon and I wasn't being consistent with either my nighttime routine on my lips or my routine with devices on my lips. And as soon as I get back in the swing of it, my lips are happier for it. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.